So the thing about radians, we can convert radians to degrees by multiplying 180 over pi. But remember, what we're actually doing is we are removing pi, and then we multiply by 180 and we simplify. When we go the other way, when we go from degrees to radians, we flip it over. We multiply by 180 over pi. But what we're actually doing is we are dividing by 180. And then at the end, we add the pi to the final answer. And we also talked, or we looked at how you calculate arc length using radians. We came up with arc length, L, is equal to theta, which is your central angle, over, or times the radius, right? So here, L represents arc length. Theta represents your central angle in radians. And then R is simply your radius. And the reason that this one was important whenever we talked about radians is because let's say that we're looking for your central angle, or theta, then we can simply divide your arc length by the radius. Or say that you're looking for the radius, then we simply divide your arc length by your central angle. This formula is easily manipulated. So let's look at the first one. So the first one, we are looking for this central angle there, right? And so my arc length here is 5 pi. My radius is 15. So we can start here and then solve for theta, right? We can, but we already solved for theta here, so it's a matter of simplifying, substitute it in and simplifying. So here my arc length, we said it was 5 pi. My radius, we said it was 15. And so when we simplify this, the 5 over the 15 simplifies down to pi over 3. And that is my central angle, or that's my theta. Looking at the second problem, I am looking for my arc length. I know my theta, or my central angle, as 2 pi over 3, and my radius here is going to be 24. And so when we substitute that into my formula, I simply replace or substitute in exactly what I have. So 2 pi over 3 times 24. The 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So here my arc length would be 16 pi, whatever the units are. And then for this last one, I'm looking for my radius, right? So here we can manipulate this equation again and solve for r, which we already did. And so here my arc length is 10 pi. My central angle is 5 pi over 6. And so all I got to do is substitute it in and simplify. So here we have substituted in, we have arc length is 10 pi. My central angle, my theta, is 5 pi over 6. So when this happens, you can rewrite this as 10 pi being divided by 5 pi over 6. We can put a 1 in the denominator. It's not doing anything. But then they kind of crisscross, right? So that one goes up there, that one goes up there. The whole point of this is to simplify, to get rid of the fraction, right? So so when we rewrite it, this is kind of what's going in my head. So 10 times 6 times pi on the numerator. On the bottom, 1 times 5 times pi. Pi's cancel, right? And then the 10 and the 5, that's a 2 on the numerator. 2 times 6 is 12. So here, my radius becomes 12.